Hi, I would like to take a few minutes to get you started on pages 35 to 37 in your notebook. So if you haven't already, pause this video, go to It's Learning, sorry about the bell, copy and paste pages 35 to 37 in your notebook that we started at the beginning of the year. And then you will be able to edit. So this first part should seem like a review, but first, our goal is I can graph a line in slope-intercept form. And so you're going to click and drag, and the y-intercept is your b. That is your beginning number. That is the number that's by itself. And the m is the slope. That is the one that multiplies by x. This is how much it changes each time. And so your slope is going to be the number with the x. Your y-intercept is the number that's by itself. So here are the way that, here's how you're going to graph an equation in slope-intercept form. First, you're going to graph the y-intercept. So you're going to plot the point of where it falls on the y-axis. Again, sorry about the bell. And then two, find what the slope is. And you're going to use that slope to graph at least two more points. And then you're going to make and extend the graph. Okay? So let's do some practicing with y equals mx plus b. So what I've done is I've done these three over here, and then I want you to do these two to practice coming up with it yourself. And then tomorrow we'll go over it in class. So if you have a slope of 6 and a y-intercept at 0, -2, your equation would be y equals, remember how it's mx plus b. So y equals 6x, and then you can either say plus and -2, or you can say -2. Either one would work. If you have a slope of -5 and a y-intercept at 0, your m would be -5 because that's your slope. Your b is 0, so y equals -5x. Now, if you wanted to, you could say plus 0, but we know when you're adding 0, you don't really need to have it. What if you have the slope of 0 and the y-intercept of 0, -3? Well, slope, your m, is 0, your y-intercept is -3. So what that would look like is y equals mx plus b, so 0x minus 3. Now, 0 times x is 0, which means you don't really need this first part, and so you could just say that it's y equals -3. So now I want you to pause this video, and I want you to try these two problems. Okay, now let's see if we can write the equation in slope-intercept form from the following graphs. So the first step, I always try to find my b first. And so when I look here, my b is my beginning number. It's the y-intercept where it crosses the y-axis. And so looking, that's at 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll see that my b is 4. And then my m is the slope. So when I count from one point to the other, making it a right triangle, I go rise over run. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went up 4. So that's that one. And then I went over 2. That's that one. So when I simplify 4 over 2, I get 2. So my slope is 2, my y-intercept is 4. Once I've got that, I can look back up here and how we did these. Y equals mx plus b, so y equals m, so 2x plus 4, because that's what b is. Okay, let's look at number 2. Again, I like to begin with b. And so when I look here where it crosses the y-axis, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So my b is -4. And from there, I can go up 1, 2, 3, and then left 1. So since I went in a negative direction for one of those, it's going to have a negative slope. So this time when I counted, I would have got a +3 over a -1. If you start up here, you would go -3 over +1. And either way, when you simplify that, you're going to get -3. So it doesn't matter which direction you count, as long as you're counting to 2 points on the line. So then we have left to write our equation. So y equals mx plus b. Again, you'll notice that I corrected that, but you could also say plus a -4. Both of those things mean the same thing. Oops. Okay, so now I want you to try number 3 on your own. Looking at page 37. What I want you to do is you'll see that I put points up here, and I want you to use these points, and then you're going to use this line to connect them. So again, we begin with B. So we begin at -3. So we'll put 1 point, oops, here at -3, and we will understand that it's not going to be, completely perfect. And then your slope is going to go, let me get another point here. I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. And so then I want to take one of these arrows, and I'm going to have to play with it a little. This is why I wanted to do this part on and show you how I play with it. So we're going to rotate it, get it right. There we go. And so then you will see that that is the line of this graph. Now let's do number 2 together. So I begin at B. In this case, that's 2. And then this time, I'm going to drag another point. My slope is -3, so 1, 2, 3 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll put a point. Okay, so to get to that point, you begin at B. So begin at 2, the number that's by itself. And then you go 1, 2, 3 down, 5 over. So then you can take this and try to rotate it, and you will line it through those 2 points, and then there you go. So now I would like for you to try number 3 and 4, and I do want to say briefly about number 3. Since x is by itself, think about what number you can times by itself, or what number you can times x by for it to be x. So this would mean that your slope is 1, because 1 times x is x. So you're going to want to use your slope is 1 and your y-intercept for 5 on this one. Good luck. Please let me know if you have any questions.